What is up, guys? Welcome to my weekly updates, episode number 3. So for those of you that don't know, my name is Ollie Carson. I'm basically building my new coaching company in the public eye. I'm showing exactly what it is that I'm doing to get clients, what it is that I'm doing to deliver my service. We're about 6 months in now, and the coaching business is at around about 50K per month in revenue and about 30-ish in cash collected most months on average. And in this episode, I'm going to be showing you some pretty hefty changes that I've been making to the back-end systems for the way that I'm delivering the service. So I think some of you guys who are running a coaching business similar to myself will find this interesting because this has completely changed the game for me in the way that I track client results and so on and so forth. So just to give you a bit of context before I dive into this, for anyone who's new here, my coaching business is called Remote Pro. Essentially, I work with online service providers, consultants, online coaches in multiple niches. So I've got fitness coaches, business coaches, even singing coaches, life coaches, accountability coaches, the list goes on, right? If you provide a service online and you work with clients one-to-one, I can help you grow the business. And basically what I've been doing behind the scenes over the last couple of weeks with the help of someone called Aaron, who I will shout out at the end of this video, is completely revamping the way that we track our client results. So for some context, the way that I used to do this is I had this kind of makeshift automation where every time a client signed a new deal, so they signed up a new customer or a client, they would fill in a form, they'd tell us how much the deal value was, how much it was worth in total, how much cash they collected, and then all of that data got pulled through to this spreadsheet. I've obviously censored some of this information that's quite sensitive. It would all get pulled through to this centralized spreadsheet, and then my assistant, Naomi, who's the only member of staff that I have on the team right now, once a week, she would go into this spreadsheet and allocate all of the new deals to the primary client profile here and total those numbers up so that we could keep track of how clients were performing. So it worked, but it was all a little bit amateur hour, if I'm being completely honest with you. The new system, however, is a completely different kettle of fish. So now, thanks to the help of Aaron from Systems for Coaches, I've got this beautiful centralized dashboard for every single client. Everything is streamlined and automated. I can see how much revenue each client has made, how much cash they've collected, what their belt level is. So in my program, Remote Pro, we've kind of made it fun and interesting by categorizing the client's performance by jiu-jitsu belts. So if you're a white belt, you're between 0 and $4,999 per month. Blue belt is 5K to 10 and so on and so forth. So we can get a little snapshot here of what belt level the client's at, how much cash they've collected, how much they've made this month, how long they've been in the program. All of this data is available to us at a glance in a snapshot. We can also see things like, how people are progressing through the program in terms of completing the material, completing their checkpoints. So this is just a really smart and effective way for us to keep on top of our clients' performance, especially in comparison to what I was doing previously. So very, very happy with this new system and setup. There is a lesson here that I wanted to share with you. And the lesson is that as entrepreneurs, we continually develop our skills. And that isn't always reflected in the way that we run our businesses, right? If you aren't conscious about going back into, the systems that you set up in however long ago you set them up, your onboarding videos, the way that you work with your clients, if you're not constantly reviewing those things, it's not always going to be reflective of your new level, right? And there is a bit of a trade-off because Alex Hormozy talks about this quite a lot, this idea that every time you make a change in your business, you actually lose performance because you're adjusting to the changes, you're losing time whilst you're making the changes. So you have to make this decision, like, is this change worth making, or is it actually just shiny object syndrome that is distracting us from the stuff that's going to move the needle? And I think in this instance, it was a change that the business needed to have, because I think this is going to help us to scale more. I think this is going to help us provide a better service to our clients. So it was absolutely something that I was willing to undertake as a project. So that is that. I do want to share with you guys as well a bit of an update to what my marketing plan is going to be for this quarter. A few little changes that I'm going to be making. the general consensus is that I'm going to be placing 95% of my focus and energy into YouTube content. And I'm really not going to be paying too much attention to Instagram at all, which is slightly different for me at this point in time. So what I'm actually going to do, and I've organized this with my editor, Luke, is I'm going to make one incredible YouTube video every single week, plus these weekly update videos, which are really easy. I'm just literally pressing record and speaking to the camera over my notes. It's really not fancy at all. There's no edit at all. But one fancy YouTube video, and then Luke is going to edit that up for me for the main channel, so it will kind of live around here. And then he's going to make me 5 shorts, almost as like teasers for that YouTube video each week. Okay, so I'm not now having to go and script 5 short pieces of content a week as well. I'm just making one great long video, and then Luke is going to make 5 shorts off of that long video. And then in my YouTube shorts, I'm going to link that short to the relevant long video. Okay. And then on Instagram, I'm going to post it as a reel with a ManyChat keyword to push people into the full episode clip on YouTube. And I'm going to collect leads as I do that. So that's kind of my plan. And really the rationale is that I want to double down on YouTube. I see the value in it immensely. I know how important YouTube is for businesses like ours. If you're a coach, if you're a consultant or an online service provider, YouTube really is, I think it's the go-to platform to build trust with an audience. So my attention is going there, and then really just letting Luke do his thing and repurpose that content into short form for me, rather than me spreading myself too thin. And, you know, I don't enjoy making reels, if I'm completely honest with you. And at the end of the day, these businesses that we run, we're fortunate enough to kind of play by our own rules, right? Yes, there are certain things that we should be doing, building a mailing list, mailing our list nice and regularly, pumping out long form content. You know, those are things that I think most coaching businesses should be doing. But outside of that, you know, we really can make our own rule set as to how we want to grow this thing. And making reels for me is one of my least favorite things to do. Okay. Sitting down and scripting out 5 reels a week, I don't enjoy it. I really, really don't enjoy it. So I'm looking forward to this new approach. Going to trial that for the rest of this year, pretty much. And I'll track all of my metrics, and I'll obviously share those metrics with you in terms of the growth of the YouTube channel, the performance of the business, you know, how I feel like this marketing change is going to impact the growth of the business moving forwards. I will share all of that with you. But nice, short, sweet weekly update this week. Hopefully you enjoyed that. There will be another video out tomorrow, which is Friday. And I believe from memory, that video is going to be going into leveraged assets in your business. So how you can work with more clients as a one-man or one-woman business. So look forward to that video, and I will see you very soon. Peace and love, guys. Have an amazing week.